allies are Your forces are under attack.
SCV ready.
Our allies are being attacked.
SCV ready.
Yeah, a block of siege tank with a group of marine just defending one single ship. None of the infected can pass through that. And normally, when you play a Terran who have siege tank, it's most likely what you will do on this map. However, on this mutation you have a big purifier beam processing your unit all across the map except in your main base. So that means you can't do static defenses, so you just do a little group of commando unit which will just keep running around the ship you try to defend and hope they don't get caused by the purifier beam while you're protecting the ship from the infested numbers coming. My ally and I took 2 commanders with tank siege, but finally we didn't use them at all since we can't. How did it went with our moving commando? Let's check it out. Usually, when you play Nova, you won't go for the 2 upgrades first. You will more generally go for marines, already some vehicles, or something like that. But in this mutation, since all the enemies are cloaked, you want to have already a detection. And since Nova is a detector with 1 upgrade, I went for the 2 upgrade on Nova, and so she was able to handle the situation at the beginning by herself. We were able to defend the first ship with Nova, 2 of my Hellbat, and my ally was using his laser drill on the infested coming, and he had the prestige that slowed down the enemies, so I had more time to come to kill the enemy, while my ally was preparing his army for the next ship to defend. Sadly, during the fight, my 2 Hellbat died and only Nova came back in the base. After, it wasn't really a problem, because I just called them 2 ghosts, and with them and Nova, I just killed the enemy attack wave coming for the second ship, before going to it and called down 2 more Hellbats to reinforce my army to make just 5 who will defend the next ship when the time will come. Also, as you can see, I just started building my 2 glaciers in the expansion. I had enough minerals and allies too, so we didn't went for our expansion, we just went for the geyser because we were both starving. In this road we were lucky because the enemy composition was Grand Reserve, and since infested are also Grand Reserve, we didn't have to have 2 compositions for the enemy attack wave and the enemy, so each time the enemy attack wave were coming, it was the same deal. Nova just blast them and by no more enemies. The second ship to evacuate was in nearly an expansion, so the good thing with this ship, while you are inside your expansion, you are also not concerned by the purifier beam, it won't go inside. So limitless, here we could have put some siege tank, but we wouldn't really be able to use them later, so we didn't do that, just keep running around the ship to defend it. After this, the third ship showed up on the south of the map, so we go there and just clean everything in the enemy attack wave. Was not a big deal. While we were waiting for the third ship to launch, my ally had the good idea that I built Nova's automatic extractor on his spin geyser on his part of the expansion, and he would put Swan's V-spin drone on them, so we will get V-spin without any SCV over there. So the thing, during the little chat, I almost forgot my unit and they were starting to be cooked by the purifier beam. Back to defending the ships, I went to intercept an enemy attack wave coming for our base, so I just dropped the bombs on them and my Ghost and Nova finished the remaining overload coming to drop some units. Also have the hybrid spawning at the same place to destroy the ship, so since my units were already there, they could destroy really fast. Even if I wasn't really close to the ship perimeter, my ally did a pretty good job defending it by his own, and so the third ship survived and went away. After cleaning the perimeter for the fourth ship launch, I went to attack the enemy attack wave coming for the fourth ship, and actually it was really pretty small. It's kind of a surprise, so it wasn't a big deal. Before we start the force defending, I went with all my units near all the purifier beams to attract them more away of the defending area, so we won't have to deal with them more quickly. And then I went to a way to attack an enemy attack wave that stuck herself in the map. And then I came back to help out my ally. Sadly, since I went for the enemy attack wave, the purifier beam just went for my ally and started running to the force ship again. Nevertheless, we finished defending the force ship before my ally moved to clean the next location. At the same time, to avoid the same deal on the last ship with purifier beams, I made them following my army to a side of our expansion territories where our enemy attack wave was coming for us, so I could deal with them in passing by. Then, with Nova's pickup abilities, I took back all my units and went to help out my ally. With this strategy, the purifier beam lost their target, and while they were so far away in the opposite side where our expansion are, or should be since we only built the spin extractor, the purifier beam had no more target and just get stuck there and didn't disturb us for the last ship. Sadly, some enemies sneaked by and attacked our extractor in the expansion, so I had to pick up my troops and went to kill them all, what was remaining of them, and at this point I was enough close to the purifier beam to deignify my presence and start again to follow me, but the fifth ship was almost gone, so it wasn't a big matter at this point. They were so far away they didn't even reach in time our defenses, and the last ship was saved as the mutation defeated.